Speaking of the playmat.
Yeah. Shout out to the Hardened Scales Discord. This is the current list. It is, I believe, in Moxfield. The All Access Pass was a mistake to buy. I did win the invite, yes. I am Pro Tour invited to Barcelona. Gonna be playtesting pretty hard with. I think we're gonna keep this. Scales been one of the powerhouses. I think like what I like about Scales is not the creativity matchup. Basically everything besides the creativity matchup.
The mirror. Did your opponent keep a no lander? Oh, this is.
Oh yeah. This is not a Thoughtseize.
I'm so used to Thoughtseize.
It's Pioneer.
Like,
a turn one spell.
Wait,
Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I just assumed it was Thoughtseize. I thought we were still playing Shadow. I think
we have to take Ballista.
Totally zoned out.
That's funny.
Give Doom a turn. Yeah, I mean, I thought we were casting the green Thoughtseize, so I don't know if you want to pass the controls to me.
Ooh. Yeah. So I think we play Hangarback this turn and try to go for Scales Ballista. Yeah, Eliza, this will be my first trip to Europe, and so I'm still trying to figure things out. Like, obviously, just got invited yesterday, but I think likely what will happen is if I'm invited to a playtesting house or can find a playtesting house I want to go to, then I'll go by myself for like a week or however long that is, and then Esther will meet me there at the PT or after the PT, and then we'll do like a 2-week vacation in Europe. And if there isn't a playtesting house, we'll maybe just drive together. Dude, getting a spell snared here
Always
is
get spell
tough, dude. Got my passport yet? No. So like it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Me and Esther, we took a road trip to get our passport expedited. So there was no passport appointment within like even 100 miles that was like that we could get in like immediately. And so we had to like travel to the middle of nowhere, Texas, which is not something I usually recommend doing. But we had to go to get the passport renewed in the middle of nowhere. This is an interesting turn, actually. You're almost definitely getting Zabaz. Yeah.
Go like make a token, get Zabaz.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you make a token, play Ozolith, and then activate Hangarback Walker this turn.
Well, then you wouldn't make a token. How do we do all that?
So yeah, not make a token.
Yeah,
not make a token. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm down with that too. Because you can just make a token next turn. And also the awkward part about making a token now is they can just bolt it. If we wait until next turn to make a token, I don't think they're going to be able to bolt it.
Yeah. And then I think I would rather them counter this Ozolith. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Do I take tourist recommendations? Yeah, but I'm not going to remember anything you tell me right now, honestly. So maybe a little bit sooner. Yeah, I need to brush up on my Spanish, too. Need to brush up a little bit.
Last time I went to Spain, I didn't know any Spanish. Not the best. Would not recommend.
Yeah, I know a little bit. Like, honestly, like Esther is like somewhat conversational in Spanish. So, and I'm like, I can read Spanish pretty well, or like well enough to like usually understand what it's saying. I'm like, for whatever reason, I can read it a lot better than I can like speak it. I'm like really slow, but yeah. I'll be listening to some YouTube videos and brushing up a little bit.
What's that like? The program that?
Oh, we need to know one phrase in Spanish. Yeah, ¿Dónde está la baño?
Necesito cerveza.
Hola, una cerveza, por favor. Yeah.
Uno más cerveza.
How do you feel about triple blocking? Not that good. I think I also I don't have them dead because they have this. Yeah, I think getting like all the counters on a Thopter is
probably important.
Yeah.
You don't play Witch's Oven, do you?
No, I play Shadowspear though, so I think we just like grab the spear, equip onto a Thopter, put the counters on a Thopter.
Probably good enough.
Yeah. Oh, we could have also put the counters on Hangarback this turn and then killed the Hangarback. That was actually probably pretty good. This is also fine. The thing with Scales, you have so many good lines with the deck. Yeah. AMC thing with Twitch Prime. Hope you're doing well today. It's kind of hard to go super wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it matters too much. Probably not.
Yeah. 6. Yeah, I changed my Twitter handle to just like regular Spike now.
You're no longer aspiring.
I'll change it back in a little bit.
No,
it's
you're
too
not
late to change
aspiring
it
anymore.
No, I'm still aspiring. I mean, that's you always want to be better. You know, you better than you were yesterday. So yeah, I think we just go counter on Hangarback. Zabaz Hangarback,
and then make the lifelinker bigger.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna change the name. Like, besides the corny, always want to be better. Always want to keep the same name too.
Jesus, damn.
No, this doesn't matter at all.
Well, I mean, we don't attack this turn, but
Yeah, it's fine. Like,
I agree. It doesn't matter. It is.
Yeah, like my opponents have like very good draw. Like the spell snare's nuts. My hand was like kind of flooded.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Good matchup, very good matchup. Even if I win the PT, yeah, I think you can always want to be better. And also, like, it's very douchey. It's also very douchey to be like, I'm Spike now.
Just Spike.
Okay.
Assuming you don't spike the PT, I like what you did there, Sherry.
I think I'm down to this, eat a channeler here. Maybe this isn't great because I don't have that many blockers back here. Got 2 cards up. Okay, well, what can they do? Okay, so we're on the draw, which you almost always are for game 2. So I'm going to bring in the Caverns. I think you cut. So you either cut Gorge or Karplusan Forest based on like how important your life total is, and I think it's kind of close in this matchup. But I'm going to cut the Gorge, and then I usually like to play the 4th Welding Jar against Murktide, and then the 1st Needle for explosives. We only have 1 Needle right now.
Yeah.
And typically, I think on the draw, I've been cutting the 3rd Ozolith post board a good amount. I think it's just one of those and one Stirrings. Trim the 4th Stirrings a lot. Well, this hand has 1 land. What would you do with this hand, Doom?
I would mulligan.
Good advice. Good advice.
I would keep this. This hand's really good.
Wow.
I don't even play Scales.
Yeah, are you a Scales player too? It seems like you might be a Scales player.
I forced it in Pioneer, but
yeah. I love the Pioneer Scale streams. What's the first thing you're gonna stream when you get back?
Well, I was gonna stream the alteration deck, but obviously not. Can't do that.
Right.
I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. So like, I'm assuming you're taking tomorrow off, or maybe you're gonna stream tomorrow.
No, I'll stream tomorrow.
Okay. I bet it'll be fixed by Wednesday or like next Wednesday. Relic seems worth it. I don't know. The matchup's really good. I feel like you really just want to hedge against their other stuff. Like I am not very scared of the card Murktide Regent or their creatures when I play this deck. Typically.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go. I should have played Welding Jar last turn because of Ledger Shredder. This was actually I hate to say it, but I think it was a mistake.
Don't tell chat.
Yeah, don't tell chat. Today from Spike's computer. No, I think Doom Week's. I don't know what time your flight leaves exactly, but
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. So you usually want to get to the airport like 5 hours before the flight leaves.
You said you had an appointment today, so I'll probably just leave whenever you leave.
I don't know when we're leaving exactly. I don't even know if we're going to, because we're going to. Me and Esther have an engagement ring appointment at the store that we scheduled a while back. But also, Esther decided yesterday she just wants to use my great grandma's ring, so we may not go. But I have to pick my car up from Dallas anyways.
Yeah.
So got some plans.
It's time for you to leave now. You are no longer wanted here. Until the next Dallas event.
Yeah, until the next Dallas event. Athena will miss you for sure. Yeah. Wait, why isn't the Hangarback tapped?
Why would it be?
I Welding Jarred. Does it regenerate tap removed from combat?
It should. You Welding Jar?
Yeah, Welding Jarred. They bolted. Oh, they bolted me! They bolted me! What the hell? Okay. Wow, we're dead! Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Hey,
were we dead to that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were at 5 plus like
yeah
6 or 7 in there.
Jesus. Well, I guess we know why they bolted us.
Yeah.
Why isn't my Hangarback tapped?
It's like, did I get Mandela affected where regenerate doesn't tap?
Can you Welding Jar yourself?
Yeah, you can. as long as your opponent doesn't know what's up. Okay, so we'll play. I guess we should have held for Patchwork since they're not gonna play Ledger Shredder this turn. Although like Welding Jar on the Ozolith is like if they have like random Shattering Spree is actually kind of relevant here. So like there's that too.
Yeah.
But it's probably better in this spot to just hold for in case we top deck Patchwork because it's just not very likely they have exactly Shattering Spree. Pizza with the Twitch Prime. Thank you. Yeah, that would be funny.
Sometimes you just get bolted.
Yeah. I got Zabaz, and I will play this jar now. I'll cause the Brotherhood End and Shredder. I guess they're not ending this turn. Chris, thinking the 16 months. With 5-0 and FNM with Hardened Scales, very cool. Final match was the mirror. Let's go. Only difference was I was using your mana base and he was using Pathways. Pathways killed him because he couldn't tap red. I know, it's so important. It's so important that you can tap for red. Okay, explosives, but no second land? Question mark. Looks like that's the case. Very interesting draw. So I don't...
Chilling. You did board in the needle, right?
I did board in the needle.
Just gonna dodge land for one more turn.
Yeah, deck tech for JMC. If you post a link in chat, I can take a look. Thank you for using Moxfield. Well, so I can also go like I can go like Zabaz, counter on Hangarback, like from Ozolith and Zabaz. I think it's probably better to make a token.
Yeah, and then if they do draw land, we can do the like the whole thing where you just like you pass priority but don't float the mana.
Yeah.
Because then they either pop the explosives and then you just say okay, then I'll make a token, or they let it resolve. You get needle and you end up with a token either way. So
very true. Very true. Turbo Tyvar Kikipod. Turbo.
That's a name.
Say that 5 times fast.
Turbo Tyvar Kikipod. Turbo Tyvar.
Okay,
Kikipod.
they can't eat me. All right, so Saheeli Tyvar.
Dude, Vanifair is such a banger.
I just
don't even do that.
No, it's just like you could play Turbo Tyvar Kikipod, and you could put Turbo in the title of this deck list, so it sounds better than it is.
What's the Turbo part of it?
There's the mana dorks, I think. I don't know. It's like
there's a Carnage Tyrant.
So just feedback on the archetype. Whenever there's an archetype that I dislike, like I dislike Prime Speaker Vanifar, I always like to talk about why I have a disdain for it. With this deck, your goal is to untap with a 4-mana creature or give it haste with Tyvar, Prime Speaker Vanifar. There is a deck in Modern, Devoted Druid, where you're untapping with a.
You forgot to sack the jar.
Oh fuck! I thought they were doing it on my upkeep.
No,
damn it.
In face.
But there's a deck in Modern, Devoted Druid, that it does the same thing, but you're untapping with a 2-mana creature instead of a 1-mana creature. I guess I'll just get Drum and cast the Stirrings. Maybe find like another Saga, cast Zabaz. Oh, that was close. Okay. Let's take Pendelhaven, I guess. Turbo, Tyvar, Kikipod.
I'm just gonna have that in my.
I know, me too.
Stuck in my head the whole day.
I put in the Zabaz. It's just so much worse than Devoted Druid. Tyvar also gets you back your Devoted Druid. You don't have to put freaking Saheeli in your deck. Saheeli is such a bad card. But also like one other thing too about like these Vanifar deck techs, like you've done it. You've built a Vanifar deck. You know what I mean? Like you have Prime Speaker in your deck. You have mana to cast it, and you have like the prerequisite like Vanifar combo pieces, and like that's kind of it, right? Like you can play some Oath of Nissas, you can play another Oath of Nissa, you can play less Saheelis, you can play like one less Resto. I'd probably go minus a Resto plus an Oath.
There's just not a lot of other decisions.
Yeah, it's like there's not much else to the deck.
Yeah.
Oh, they had another explosives. Fuck.
Like you have to play the combo pieces.
Yeah.
You have to play the mana dorks, and past that, it's just like what are your leftover slots?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the other problem is like that's the formula for the deck. So it's not going to get a lot better. Also, you have to be 4 colors compared to like Devoted Druid, which can be 2 or 3 colors. 3 or 3 with Tyvar now. So like I really recommend playing Devoted Druid instead. I would play only 1 Boseiju. I would likely try to play like -2 Restoration Angels, -2 Prismatic Endings, +4 Wrenn and 6. Actually, you really need Wrenn and 6 in this deck. Do not ever play Kitchen Finks in your Modern sideboards anymore. I genuinely think that they're unplayable. The Pact of Negations are probably worse than Veil of Summers by a pretty significant amount. The Glenalon, the Carnage Tyrants are not good at all. They're not even good against blue-white control. Okay, so we get to go Arcbound Ravager and make a token. Ozolith here is kind of nice. Yeah. So, some loose thoughts, but those are my thoughts. Boost dropping 27 months, thank you. Oh, that did my opponent double bolting. They have 5 cards in their hand.
They had 3 bolts last time.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they have 5 cards because they missed a lot of land drops. Eee. Is that even bad for us?
Not that bad.
Not necessarily, yeah.
It's worse if they can bolt my Arcbound Ravager, although I can save it from bolt. I can't save it from heat. Yeah, so it's really bad if they have heat, exactly. UMR, thank you for the 7 months. Hope you're doing well. I think we have exactly lethal. Oh no, right, because if we sack a artifact to Ravager.
Right, then you lose power, yeah.
So I could go.
Or
I could go sack Ozolith, play
Ozolith,
sack Ravager to itself, go for lethal.
Is that lethal?
So like one thing I like about this line is my opponent doesn't have heat. They would have used heat on the Ravager last turn, before the token. And if my opponent has bolt, I'm dead to that anyways. Because
is it lethal? 4, 7.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's lethal. So I think because I'm dead to bolt anyways, and they don't have heat, this line just has to be the line.
If they had heat, they would have heated last turn before you made the token.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just no way they have heat here.
You lethal? Yeah, I know I have lethal, but they could have a lightning bolt. Yeah. So now I go.
The token.
Yeah, so I can go sack drum, 5 counters. 5 counters here, 2 artifacts in play. It's not enough. Yeah. But they might also not have a bolt, right?
Like a second bolt.
Yeah. And so it would make sense to make this a 7/7 so it doesn't die to a heat.
Okay. I like that. Because otherwise you could like sack the drum, sack the construct, but that's only a 6/6.
Yeah.
That's way worse against heat.
Obviously, like I don't think they had heat, but you know if they have one now, they also like didn't have 2 bolts last turn because they would have double bolted me. So
right. Yeah, you would have been dead.
Yeah. So I don't know. Obviously, they got a scry, whatever, but we're doing okay.
Exactly. If they had 2 bolts, we were dead.
We know they don't have a bolt because if they did, they just killed us. No, we weren't dead that turn to 1 bolt. We were dead that turn to 2 bolts.
Right.
But yeah.
Which they would have played instead of the Blood Moon. If, you know.
Should have Pendelhaven. There's a Blood Moon in play, which means that you cannot Pendelhaven. So I put my opponent to 3. Notably, they can't cast a Murktide. And also, a Dress Down doesn't kill my construct.
It will simply not draw a bolt.
We are dead to Ragavan, we're dead to Bolt. There's a lot of hits, especially with the Surveil. Yeah, we had the Welding Jar misplay. It's always tough with the deck decks. Thank you, Esther, for the 28 months. Heat in the Graveyard, which we successfully played around. Exiles a Dragon Range's Channeler, so we're going to need to draw... fuck. Don't have a lot of outs. Shadowspear. Ballista. It's like exactly Shadowspear. Ballista doesn't even do it.
Can we present a flying blocker? Because they have the Trump block with one of the
yeah, I don't think we could have with 1 top deck. That's okay. I think we maybe would have won if I thought that they were just going to pop the explosives in the upkeep, so I was just like looking at the deck tech, looking
we
okay.
could have saved one of those tokens, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
All good.
Yeah. I poisoned you, Doom. Is Doom going to go stream here? No, he's flying back tonight. He's going to go home. He could if he wants to, I guess, but I don't know if he's got time. Lots of Spectres. I had some. I don't know. I mean, people were doing their own thing. I think it's close between Ballista and Hangarback this turn. I think I'm just going to Ballista. No, I want to Hangarback so I can Ballista kill a Voidwalker next turn. Dreamhack Atlantis Pioneer, so you got 6 months. I know, 6 months of not thinking about it. Oh yeah, thank you. I need to change the title. You have enough experience with Rhinos to feel comfortable playing a tournament setting? Well, yeah, I mean, the good news is, like, Rhinos is really, 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 really easy to play. So, yeah, I'd feel pretty comfortable. I've also, like, I have played Rhinos. We were working a lot on Rhinos, like, right at the beginning of MH2, and I would feel very comfortable. Yeah. Very, not a deck that I feel like I could not play masterfully at the tournament. You brewed Mono Green Devotion in the past? Yeah, we've had a few Green Devotion builds in the past. Why not play Ozolith first, or am I confused? So this turn, our Ozolith is not getting any value. We don't have any way to use this Ozolith for a counter. And then last turn, I wanted to have a blocker for the Ragavan instead of just not having nothing. I think rack decks are good for formats. What is good for formats is just like usually translates to this is my pet deck, I like it, or I don't like this deck, I lost to it one time, you know. I like Rack. I think Rack's like a fun archetype, and I don't mind playing against it, and it's also like awful. It's an awful deck right now. Also, I'm porting Chandra's Creativity into Modern. I want to try it for sure. Chandra's a card I really, really like. Is very, very powerful. It's also 6 mana in Modern, but it is a card I like a lot. You know, we're also very much right now in, like, I haven't been playtesting because I've been qualifying for the Pro Tour all weekend, so hopefully I can have a brew for tomorrow. We may just do some more testing. It just kind of depends on how today goes. It's going to be another kind of weird day. Tomorrow I have dinner plans. We'll see. We'll see. We got things to do, but we got time to do it.
We got time. If there's anything we got, it's time.
The old Forest Croxa.
What did I miss? Oh, Jund?
Yeah, we lost to. Yeah, I think you saw the lost to Murktide, and now we're up against Jund.
No Gigantha. Are they a Liliana enjoyer? Perhaps.
Maybe.
They look very dead. They look extremely dead.
Maybe not dead this turn, but they're like.
You sure about that?
Maybe they're dead this turn.
I think they're dead this turn.
Now that they main phase their removal, so we go
3, 6 plus.
I think it's a little short. Oh no, so 6, 8 plus the modular gets an extra counter.
Oh, no, it's Xaxis.
Yeah.
I think it's Xaxis.
I think it's 1 over because did you count the Zabaz extra?
Oh no, I didn't. Yeah.
So
it should be 14.
Mono Green Devotion and Scales are both so much easier to play on Magic Online than paper, just because they just does all the math for you. Oh, it was I miscounted. It was Xaxis. I thought I miscounted. Okay, deck tech for Seeker.
So you tricked me into thinking that you were right, but I was right all along.
Sure, I play a lot of this deck, so you'd think I'd be right, but that's not the case.
Maybe I should play some Scales.
You would probably like the deck a lot. It's very fun. It's, I think, pretty fresh. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right word to use. Blue-red Chandra.
Pioneer.
Pioneer. Yeah. So this is just the control build.
I love this deck.
Yeah, I think this deck's great, honestly.
Yeah.
I was looking at it a little bit. I wish I had more time to playtest it. A couple things. Memory Deluge is a little bit awkward with Chandra because the copy you don't get the extra cards.
I think I'd play Dig.
Yeah, I think I would definitely Dig. Chandra into Dig is also like good enough that like the first copy of Dig in this deck I think is definitely better than the Deluge.
I also really like Epiphany. Just like one Epiphany I think is good.
What is Epiphany?
Ulric's Epiphany.
I thought it was a Sublime Epiphany.
No, the Time Walk. Time Walk.
Let's mulligan this on the draw against Jund. Keep this one, put back Second Stirrings. I think the first I would play exactly one copy of that card. Yep. I would also play the 4th Chandra.
I would too.
So I think I would cut the Narsets, play 4 Chandra, 1 Epiphany.
Narset feels like more of a sideboard card.
I also think I would main deck 4 Make Disappear and sideboard any number of negates.
Agreed.
Although I know a lot of people are doing it the other way. I would also likely play Consider over Impulse and play maybe do something like 4 Consider, 0 Impulse, 0 Behold the Multiverse, and 2 or 3 digs.
Yeah, because you're gonna I was thinking that too. But like maybe if you only play 1 dig, you can just keep the impulses.
Yeah,
it's close.
Yeah, obviously some options. I like the main deck Roast. I don't think it's mandatory. I think 2 Light the Night is actually a good number. I don't think that you need to be like so in on the combo kill here. The 2 is a good number. remember.
It still kills Elf on the draw, so...
I would probably not main deck Brotherhood Inns, and unless that card is like better against Rakdos mid-range than I think it is, but I think there's enough like
it's not bad against Rakdos.
Yeah, it's not bad against Rakdos, but is it good against Rakdos? I don't know. I probably just want to play it in the main, but it's I also don't hate the idea of playing it in the main either.
You could even convince me to play like a Prismari command. The first copy of that card's not too bad.
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, obviously this is the problem with like these kind of control decks in Modern 2 or Pioneer. You just have billions of options. Okay, I don't know why. Don't play the Myrex. Don't play this without creativity. Don't play this without creativity in your deck.
Is there a way that this deck could like sideboard into creativity? I think it's probably too many sideboard slots.
I don't know. It's like when is like that even a good plan though? Like
you gotta go fast.
Yeah, maybe. But creativity is just such a good game one deck, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems okay. It's actually great against Red Black as you main deck 2 for 1. Yeah. It may be better than I think. I haven't played a lot of like main deck Brotherhood In, so. I'm a big Hullbreaker Horror hater. Every like control player I know in Pioneer like loves the card to death. So
I like it.
Yeah, I don't have like a very strong opinion on it, I guess.
It's very, very good against blue-white.
Yeah, I think that I probably just don't have enough experience playing it because I've always just kind of dismissed it a little bit. And
I think this deck is quite a bit behind blue-white.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're trying to tap out for Chandra. You're never resolving Chandra against them.
Yeah, you can play 6-mana Chandra,
you could play the other Chandra on the sideboard,
So, obviously, like, a lot of options in those slots. I don't want to spend too much time on it. But I will say, this was a deck that I did seriously consider for the tournament. And I didn't really have enough time to playtest, like, all the different builds. And it's kind of why I didn't choose it. I honestly, like, I'm kind of happy because I ended up playing Mono Green and winning. But there's a good chance I would have played this and not won. But I do think the deck is good. I think the deck is good. The first Epiphany is good. I just play 4 Chandra. Narset's really mid. But a very exciting deck.
Yeah, I like the deck a lot. It's pretty impressive.
Have you streamed any of it?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
I probably will this week.
Cool. You play Mono Green? Yeah, I know it's pretty boring, but I got a Pro Tour invite at least.
You do what you gotta do.
I really think it was the best deck. Like, Pellucrados solves so many problems. Like, the aggro matchups are like a lot more manageable than they used to be. And it's like the metagame was also going to be a lot of like weirdly blue-white control and Rakdos and Boros, which is the deck's really good against Boros, and it's like good against Greasefang, and it just did not feel like that Mono Green had enough weaknesses to not play the deck.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It was good.
So I can make a 3/3 blocker by making a Saga token and animating a Nexus, but I may be dead here. Especially they get the refresh. Game 3. Yeah, this attitude too. Oh, you play Mono Green? How can I respect you, bro? Mono Green is so broken. This is the thing about the Pioneer RC. People just don't want to play Mono Green because the deck is so unfun to play with and play against a lot of times. But like that's also why you should fucking play it at the RC. You know what I mean? It's like that's literally why you should play it because everybody they don't want to because it's so like you know what it is. But that's why you should play it because it's so broken and like it's just like and like it's literally underrepresented because it's so good. It's to some extent like
it's too good.
It's so good that it's just not a hero deck. You know what I mean? How's it not fun to play? Okay, so Mono Green is very fun until you win. The games with Mono Green are very fun until you win, and it's like so clear that you're winning. You have millions of mana, you have millions of decisions, you're untapping your thing, but the game doesn't like actually end for like 10 minutes, where like your opponents aren't conceding because they can't concede yet, but you're like, I'm storming Cavalier, making a million mana, and tap Nykthos respond. Yeah, I know they can, but they don't. And so like the fact that like games go on like 10 minutes past like your actual win turn and stuff. Yeah, my opponent has Abrupt Decay in their deck against Patchwork.
That's sick.
Yeah, that is what a metagame, huh?
No, I actually played a lot of Boros, and I played Boros in all 5 LCQs, and I ended up playing Rakdos in the 10K. You know, it's pretty high on the Boros deck. I think it's still pretty good. I probably didn't like spend enough time tuning because people had a lot better lists than I did. But
I should have played Arcbound, because then if they go like 1-mana removal spell, I can like sack and then have a 3/3 blocker. Although you kind of want to put your Patchwork first. I can just take a hit from Ragman. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
That is a good number. I bottomed the Patchwork.
I know.
Okay, Okay, so we get in for a good amount of damage. Probably locking into taking a hit from the Ragavan.
See, Rhinos is weird. It's like, it kind of has the same thing as Monogreen, where it's like the games where you just put 10 power to play on turn 3, those are kind of boring, but the really fun games with Rhinos are where they have a Chalice, they have an Explosives, and it's like you have to play around that kind of stuff. I think those games are actually like pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree, game ones are like a lot less interesting. So.
Yes. Yeah.
So again, there are cool things going on with like both decks, but I don't know. It's also like any deck in any format that's really popular and is popular for a long time. People get kind of sick of it. That's just always how it is. Yeah, we saw this card. This card's pretty good. Yeah, I like it.
I don't know exactly what it goes into, but
yeah. Those are the exciting cards where you look at it like, oh, this card's good. Yeah. I don't know where it goes. Let's find a spot.
Maybe that Shoal deck could play this.
The Shoal deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I like the Shoal deck a lot, actually. Okay, so I think I'm still playing Patchy. But I did not choose to play Ravager.
Matches.
Oh no, there's like a Forgotten Cave. Probably you have to play some weak White Legends, probably. So actually, what's kind of cool about this card to say you have to play some weak White Legends. What's cool is it's good, really good with your legendary creatures. Also, is a 2-mana anthem for your non-legendary creatures. Does that make sense? So like, typically cards like this, I agree with you. Like, you have to play a lot of legends or underpowered. This lords your legends really well, and also lords your non-legends well enough to be constructed playable. Or, like, you know, somewhat constructed playable with this upside. Like with Adeline, this card gives Adeline +2/+1 ward 1, and gives all Adeline's tokens +1/+1 2. Like, it's very powerful with that card. Yeah. I know. Which is, you know, yeah, this is the, I mean, sorry, Lucy, I don't know what Lucy's barking at. But this is definitely, like, very much, like, a card that's, like, not going to be too good in Modern. Like, definitely not too good in Modern. Like, very annoying if it was in Pioneer, so... Yeah. Which is, I feel like, exactly the power level that you're, like, shooting for.
Right, yep.
Yeah, this is also, like... Again, most of the cards in the set are completely new to me. This is not a card that was, like, you know, in the draft that I saw of the Lord of the Rings set, but I like it a lot.
Yeah, card's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, next time, Cat, next time. 3 cards in my opponent's hand. One of them is a Wrenn and 6. They do have... Forgotten Cave.
So now that you're qualified, maybe I have to drive to the other Canada RC and play some LCQs.
Didn't you do that last time?
No, I was thinking about it.
I mean, are you gonna?
Chat, when's the next Canadian RC? I want to make bad decisions.
So I have Lethal here. Assuming my opponent does not have a removal spell.
2 weeks?
They're also playing Jund.
Is it Montreal, Cat?
Do you have your passport? It might let you in.
I think it might be expired.
Does anybody know Macron?
Oh, Edmonton,
no, Macron's France.
Edmonton.
Remember the Canadian president's name. Does anybody know the Canadian president?
I have no idea. You said Macron.
Yeah, that's France. I mean, same thing.
Trudeau.
Yeah, Trudeau. Is Trudeau in the chat? Can we get Doomwake in?
Yes, any Trudeau's in chat?
Opponent should have probably cycled in response to the Ballista.
Somebody want to sneak me in. Parentheses, joke. Obviously, joke.
Yeah, anybody good at crossing borders?
Any smugglers in chat?
Any sovereign citizens that can walk freely across borders with legal jargon? Is the one in Montreal or Alberta?
They said it's Alberta.
Oh, okay, then probably not.
Which is way too far of a drive.
Yeah.
Yellow. Speaking of Macron,
yeah,
we were just talking about Macron.
Yeah, we were.
I don't know why we were talking about
That's
Macron.
funny. Well, I mean, I just mixed up Trudeau and Macron. Thank you, Gab. Thank you, all the raiders from Gab stream.
Yellow.
We're doing some Pro Tour testing, y'all. And I can, actually, he's been asking for the tech, and we can share the tech now.
Yeah. Tech is stock scales.
Yeah, the tech is stock scales. Maybe not. It's a deck that I think is very good and powerful, but probably not what I'd choose at the time of making this comment because of the creativity matchup. Yeah. Playing this because of Thalia here. Montreal's a incredible city. I don't ever leave. Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about.
You never went to a GP in Montreal?
I've never been to Canada. No.
Okay. Really?
Yeah. I mean, I know you're a bit more north than me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone to Toronto and Montreal. I've driven to both. Yeah. They're both about, 8 hours.
So I don't like that if we play the Ozolith, my opponent gets to draw a card. Yeah, I think I just have to Ballista. I may like chump the champ, like ping the Sentinel this turn.
The longest drive I did was, I think, Cleveland, which is about 12 hours.
Yeah, I've done a few 12-hour drives. Like I've driven. I mean, everything in Texas is like 12-hour drive. Like Denver is like 14 maybe.
Yeah.
I've done that drive a couple times. Oh, we're getting Mantis Ridered.
Let's go.
CK with the 10-pack. Thank you for all the gifted subs today. I think we have 112 new subs today, which is a little above average.
Just a little bit?
Yeah. They should honestly probably just attack with Mantis Rider, because, like, I don't know, maybe they want to force this block sack, actually. That's probably fine. Probably fine. This matchup is really, really good in my experience, but being on the draw like this,
Yeah.
except for like
Our hand is pretty
yeah,
good, too.
it's the kind of game that you lose. That being said, we're still doing fine.
Our hand's not the best. Should make a 3/3, but if they have any human, we can't trade.
We can Welding Jar just to like gain some life, but so like if we go Hangarback Walker this turn, we can go next turn.
Get Zabaz, play Ozolith, activate Walker, blow it up.
Yeah.
Next turn, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, it seems pretty good.
I hate that.
Mark with the 5-pack, thank you.
At that point, you would just like use the jar to gain 4 life or whatever. Just sack jar and hanger back.
Gav says I should unqualify for the PT, try to qualify for again. Yeah, this evening's the hard mode. Challenge run the PT.
Yeah.
Could the Sandcat combo fit in Yawgmoth shell? I don't like, maybe, but it would be a very like remixed version of Yawgmoth compared to the versions of Yawg you're used to.
Why do they attack with champion?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that's
they have Knight Errant. Okay.
Yeah, this is why.
Now we know.
Yeah, no hit PT run. Any updates on red, green, and fruiters are pretty much the same. Right now it's pretty much the same, but I think that like any standard with Steel Seeker food variant I'll be playing going forward, we'll play like Sam and the cat combo at first. General Kudro and Thalia's Lieutenant.
Kudro.
We drew a Patchwork Automaton for turn.
Kudro, that's the Canadian president, right?
Yeah. Please, Kudro, let us in.
Yeah, Kudro, let me in.
So we're gonna play Ozolith. I think we could have gone Patchwork into Ozolith, but I think I like the block, the ability to like either block or activate Zabaz here, while also activating the Hangarback Walker.
Yeah, you could like block champion, activate Walker.
It's pretty bad news for humans that they have like such a good curve on the play, and they're like, so I mean this matchup's really lopsided. I don't know.
Yeah, President Kudro.
Yeah. Yeah, right. My mind is just echoing with Jalen's melody there. I'm very excited for this PT testing era. It's just like, it feels like the trophy race, but like actually like real.
Right.
Instead of just like, for fun thing. I always felt like the trophy race was like a very casual but fun endeavor, and this is like competitive fun endeavor.
The trophy is the friends we met along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've beaten Scales like 1 time as humans, but it is not easy. We may lose, though. We may lose. I like Knight Errant in humans. I'm glad people are finally respecting Knight Errant a little bit. I was feel like I was taking crazy pills because I was streaming with Knight Errant. I was liking it a lot. It was looking good, and I still just had a chat full of people that were telling me that the card is like awful and unplayable. I'm like, I just feel like we're watching different games.
No, it's definitely good.
So I kind of think
Thoughts on block with Hangarback and jar, or just you basically just jar to gain.
I was thinking about Zabaz, blocking with Zabaz, and
not jar.
No, I should jar.
I think we're jarring
Because I want to get the other Ozolith off my Saga next turn.
Right. Yeah. Before we blow up the Hangarback,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking too.
I need to activate this too because it's going to get tapped.
Yep.
What do you think Boris Convoke did so poorly this weekend? So my testing on Boris Convoke, and Dume can also weigh in on this, of course, is that the deck is very, very powerful, but also like inconsistent. It is kind of inherently an inconsistent deck. And so, like, you're going to see, when you have a formula like that, you're going to see some people doing really well with it, and some people doing really poorly with it, and just you're kind of just like playing the slot machine is at least my impression.
Yeah, no, you're correct. It's very, very, very high roll deck. I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of what Pioneer is, but I also think that people like the mulligan decisions sometimes are actually kind of difficult as to far. And you know, like I said, we did a lot of testing on stream. There's a lot of hands where you don't have a payoff that. Like, against Rakdos, you don't need a payoff because your cards just, like, they don't... Your cards don't trade well with theirs anyway, so you don't need to mulligan to a payoff. And also, like, mulligan to payoff, get it Thoughtseize is kind of sketchy. So the mulligan decisions are actually kind of tough. But, yeah, I mean, it's just, like, the deck is a high roll. There were some people, like, a few people that did well with it, but...
Yeah. Todd did pretty well with it. He went, like, X and 4.
McVitie, I think, qualified.
Yeah. But that was my impression on Boros. And then, for me, when I was testing, and, like, Boros, like, there's this big hotness... And you know, I'm playing this mono red creativity deck, like creativity variants, Chandra variants, and try to beat it. I kept like getting crushed by mono green, and then I just played a little bit. I started playing mono green off stream, and I'm talking to my friends. I'm playing. I'm like, wait, we're not losing to Boros.
No, yeah.
We're
it's a good matchup for green.
We're beating Boros, which is weird because one of my friends who's very good at mono green. Said that he was 0-9. 0-9. I should have killed this lieutenant. Sorry, it's okay. 0-9 in the matchup. And so I was just under the impression that the matchup was really bad, but that appears to not have been the case. No. And the matchup...
Can't confirm. It's not a great matchup from the Boros side. Like, the games you win basically always involve Magmatic Chasm. It's the only way you ever beat them.
Yeah. And so, like, just, like, that was, for me, the real big light bulb moment when, one, like, a lot of the aggro players are switching to Boros.
Wasn't it better to put a counter on the Zabaz?
Oh, yeah, I've made the mistake a few times, but yes, that is true.
See, I'm not even a Scales player.
Yeah, I'm going to attack here, I think, so that, like, my opponent has to chump block, and then I can just kill stuff on their turn.
What if they just, like, quintuple block?
That's okay.
So we trade
you just kill 12 toughness of creatures here.
I guess we would trade it for
everything but the champ.
Yeah, they can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking they could only trade 2 if if the other lieutenant was a 4/4. But
yeah, Brent with the 21 months. I can thank you. Yeah, and so like one thing about mono green in the past, right, is that you're good at favorite against Rakdos, I think a little favorite against Greasefang, a little favorite against Lotus Field, even in the mirror, good against blue-white control. But you could struggle against the aggro decks. The aggro decks always felt like...
Spirits mainly.
Yeah, Spirits mainly, mono-white humans also. But and obviously some people still played those decks at this tournament, but a lot of those players switched over to Boros. Because it's the new hotness, it's literally Hogak, whatever. Which for me, that was just my light bulb moment. That was my aha moment. That was my okay. I'm going to play mono green in Dallas.
Right.
And I feel very happy with the decision. And you know, I do think in most tournaments your deck selection is like half the battle. Pick a good deck. That's like literally like 50% of your equity, and then piloting and playing is about half your equity.
Right. No, I agree.
Okay, so we'll get the Ballista back in our hand.
Yeah.
Although we lose... we could still get 2 counters on the Ozolith. So gross. I mean, they have a 9/9.
We almost didn't block.
Oh,
your mouse hovered over.
I'm into, yeah. It's fine. Everything's Gucci.
Okay, now I see why this matchup is unlosable.
Yeah.
They like had a really good draw. I mean, we're so far behind for the first 4 turns, and this game's not even close.
I know, it's crazy. I guess we put the counters on this Thopter and then chump with the Thopter. Because we get the extra counter from the Ozolith. Because Ozolith puts extra counters on this Ozolith,
right.
Unlike Hardened Scales.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go Shattered Spire counter on Ozolith, and then, yeah.
Still wishing I took Archfiend come back to Toronto. Yeah, that deck was very interesting. I think it was a good choice. I kind of feel like the deck should be just blue-black instead of Grixis, but could be wrong about that too. How people got the invite. So yeah, in Dallas, 48 people got invites out of about a little over 1,200 people in the tournament. And then obviously you have to qualify for that tournament as well.
If only we could play the Archfiend deck on Magic Online.
I know. I'd probably play some of it if I wasn't so sick of Pioneer. Yeah. I know Fable's so good, but also like 3-color mana bases in Pioneer are so bad, and it's also like not even like that good of a Fable deck. I mean, copying Archfiend is pretty good, but like they weren't playing Harvester to copy. I don't know. It's okay. Like Fable's good. Fable's good.
I feel like you just want to make that like old school inverter, you know? Just be blue,
yeah.
black
I think
with
so.
The combo, bunch of digs, bunch of cantrips, Thoughtseize Fatal Blush.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you need the red.
Definitely had Inkmoth Lethal here.
You can even play Shredder.
Maybe. Well, we have it now for sure.
Yeah, and at that point, if you're going to splash Fable, you might as well play Harvester too. And just basic, like, I think there's two ways to look at it. You make it a blue-black combo deck, or you make it Rakdos Splash Alteration, right? I don't know. I think that would be, like, my approach to it.
You play Rakdos and Splash. So you want to be more on the red cards, Splash for the combo. That seems reasonable.
I think that's maybe the better way to do it too.
Yeah.
But I like the blue-black approach too.
But yeah. Also, like, Kai's list seemed good. Like, their build was, like, I feel like a great, like, first iteration of it, and there's, like, different directions. It could be metagame dependent, you know. All those buzzwords.
as soon as they fix it on Magic Online, I'll spend some time on it. So,
not a lot for this matchup.
Do make viewers got something?
I'd play a Needle over a Jar. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna play an extra land. The Jars are just pretty mid.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Pod with Twitch Prime, thank you.
See if I can find something to upvote.
Mono green is pretty fine versus Rakdos. So this is the copium I think that every single Rakdos player is smoking, where they have this exact attitude, okay? Mono green is pretty fine for Rakdos. Game 1 should be yours. Game 2 and 3 they have you have better sideboard cards, should be fine. It is fine. You can beat mono green as Rakdos. You are also unfavored. That is like a classic quintessential bad matchup where you're very unfavored game 1, or like pretty unfavored game 1, and games 2 and 3 the matchup is like close. Like that's just like you're like probably like 40% to win game 1 as Rakdos against green, and you're like about 50% to win any sideboard game. That is like quintessential, iconic, bad matchup dichotomy. And it's not that you can't win, and it's not that you can't play Rakdos, but this is all, I just hear this sentiment over and over about Rakdos is fine against green. You know, it's just like
Rakdos has no bad matchups.
Yeah, I know. It's like this. It's just like. It doesn't mean you can't play Rakdos.
The only bad matchup is the mirror.
Yeah, I lost to Rakdos round 1 too, and it's like, but you're not favored. You are unfavored in the matchup. Yeah, and that's the dynamic.
All right, chat update. Apparently, Metamorphic Alteration has been bugged since October 16th of 2018.
Oh my gosh.
So might not be getting that bug fix.
Yeah. I mean, Misplaced Cinder says it isn't that bad of a matchup, but it is a bad matchup. You're not favored, you know. And fuck. No, they mulligan to Collector Oof. I guess they found out how they win. Huh? Although this is actually a weirdly fine draw against Collector Oof.
I'm not voting anyways, but upvote.
I think I'm gonna block here so that like the Flying Thopters help me race pretty well, and I'm not getting more counters on the Hangarback, and it makes my construct bigger. Any thoughts on Temporary Lockdown of Modern? I think it's a very good card. It's just a card that doesn't fit in a lot of decks, but it is very good. It's good against Rhinos and Yawgmoth and Prowess and one other important deck I'm forgetting right now.
Rakdos. I don't know what we're talking about.
But we're talking about Modern.
Oh, okay.
Temporary Lockdown of Modern. Alright, let me get in here.
Yeah, Daybreak is here to save the day. Let's go.
I think it's a good suggestion, Esther, with miking closer.
Hello. I could just, like, talk louder. I'm a very soft-spoken person. People say that a lot in my YouTube videos, too. I don't talk loud enough. But I'm not trying to scream.
Yeah. People say that to me, too. I think I just talk quiet, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get the OG Ozolith, which is maybe a reason to not have blocked that turn, although I think the OG Ozolith is still going to be pretty good. We can also get a Zabaz. Probably get a Zabaz, although we already have one, but it's actually good because we want a Legend roll.
Pithing Needle, their Collector Oof. That is a very valid suggestion.
How's green versus the Bring to Light decks? I think green is great against Bring to Light and like the Kiruga nonsense, Fires decks, Yorion decks. That's at least been my experience. Okay, so I think I get a Zabaz this turn.
Yeah, I know, Danny.
And then, but just play another Scales, and the next turn we go Second Zabaz, Legend Rule, probably make this Thopter really large, really in charge.
The thumbnails are just like, oh my god, look what happened.
Why aren't you calling the OG Ozolith the Ozolith? That's exactly why. The Ozolith. These are words that you've said in your head, but not said out loud.
That is one of the words of all time.
Yeah, even with Collector still just what can you do?
Hey, how are we in this position when they had turn 2 Collector?
Because they're pretty unfortunate withdrawals. Yeah, pretty rough mulligan to your sideboard card curve out.
Can you please name You Are Already Dead? If you cast a Needle.
Sure.
Alright, fine.
Don't want to name Canopy. I also have a Canopy.
Yeah, there you go. Strategic.
Let me send them a... Oh.
No! No! Damn it, they scooped.
I know. I tried to get it in. I could have done it. That was a misplay.
Yeah,
that was a misplay. Here, you play Scales. I'm gonna go pee. Take your first turn.
What's up, chat? What is good? Oh, I was gonna turn on F8, but he doesn't know how to use F8, so and he'll freak out when I come back. So I don't know if this hand's a keep. Seems fine-ish. Yeah, Joel's in the chat. While Spike's gone, you can spam Joel as much as you want. I think this hand's a keep, but it seems kind of like low power. I mean, it has Ravager Walker. We'll try it. I think it's okay. Too soft-spoken? Hello. I mean, I'm looking at the volume monitor, so I don't think it's too soft-spoken. Yeah, spam Joel, spam Joel, spam Joel. Spam Joel. Yeah, maybe this hand's not a keep. I don't have enough experience with Scales. It's got lands and spells, right? I, unfortunately, did not qualify. I played Last Chance qualifiers on Friday. Sheesh. The very last Chance qual, the literal last one that fired, I lost in top 4 to a black-white deck, and I got Archangel Avacyn. So, funny story, my opponent, it was game 3, and I cast Invasion of Gobakon, and I see their hand. Their hand contained 3 lands and a Wandering Emperor, so I decided to select the Wandering Emperor. 2 turns later, they play their 5th land and passed, and I'm like, okay, well, this is not that bad if they have a second Wandering Emperor, so I just sent with the team, and they had a gifted Aetherborn, and they go, Avacyn, give my Aetherborn indestructible, block 2 of your guys, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. And then, the turn after they flipped the Avacyn, I just got obliterated. It was just, like, not even close.
That's just watching the stream
in
our office. Well, it's humans again?
Well, it's... I don't know if I should have kept this hand. I kept Ravager, Zabaz, Walker, 4 lands.
Yeah, and you have the Saga?
No, I didn't have the Saga.
Yeah, without the Saga, it's probably not a keep.
Does it look better now with the Saga?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's still kind of mid, right? Yeah, no, Avacyn just blew me out, so, oh, God.
I know, you're talking the Avacyn story.
Yeah, the Avacyn story. What?
Wait, where am
I? You gotta move closer, buddy.
I guess so, yeah.
You gotta move closer. Or no, you were over here, I think. Or something. Where are you going?
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why the angles. I moved the body. It's okay. You just do your thing. I'll figure it out.
We gotta get a wide view on the camera. Wide screen, baby. There you go.
Yeah.
But short story. Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny was like there was another player who also 5-0'd an LCQ with Archangel Avacyn in the deck. I thought it was them. Remember, Boseiju channels for 1, so you can play a 2-drop and Boseiju the Force if you want to.
Would I rather make a token?
No, you like never fucking make tokens. It's definitely. I think it's definitely tap Saga, tech Nexus to play the Ravager. And
that's what I was thinking too.
And you have Hangarback Walker or Boseiju up. Technically Zabaz, but you never use Zabaz with Ravager in play.
And then this just gets Ozolith almost every time, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Especially in these spots when you already have the Ravager.
I'm trying to think like what could happen here that you.
We actually might just have lethal.
Yeah.
I think we might just legitimately have lethal. Assuming we don't want to play her on Solitude, but if they go Hellbent, or if they have 1 card in their hand, we don't have to play her on Solitude.
Should be good.
Yeah, they should be
so
dead.
I guess now we're activating Hangarback, probably.
Yeah.
Although, do they have lethal here? This is
7, 11, 16, but I can make it 13 if I have Boseiju.
I think you want to activate the...
Could also just take 16, right?
I think you might need to activate Hangarback for lethal. So you get like an extra counter here.
7, 12. I can just take 16, right?
Yeah, I think you can take 16. I'm not 100% sure that you have lethal to Ozolith. You definitely do.
I definitely do.
You definitely do.
100%. Yeah. This is definitely
It's been a little while
lethal.
since yeah. You know, it's
Especially with the Zabaz. Yeah, this has to be lethal.
Well, Coppercoat doesn't give them ward, right?
No.
Okay, that's Mariner.
Yeah. So we go activate. I guess we can Stirrings first. It doesn't really matter, right?
There's just no point. They have one card in the hand.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I would just show them the Ballista now, so they know to scoop.
Well, no, I'm gonna kill them with Nexus, right?
Oh, okay. I was. Yeah, Nexus is fine too. You should also have with Ballista.
You think so?
I
don't
think
so.
so.
I have enough mana with Ballista.
Well, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, maybe I do. I'm just gonna go for Nexus because
Yeah,
I know I have enough with Nexus.
Nexus is a lot less counters. When I was saying that I wasn't sure if you had lethal, I was counting on Nexus. And I forgot that you just also had Inkmoth in play here.
Yeah. I think the Ballista might have been lethal, but this is quicker. Go here.
Do you guys live close to each other? Yeah, we're currently living like 1 foot away from each other. No, Doomake lives in Massachusetts, but came out for DreamHack Dallas, which is where I live.
Oh, it was lethal with the Ballista. Yeah.
That's
because
why
I could have got 2 more with the Zabaz.
Yeah, that's
okay,
why
sure,
I was
sure,
like,
sure,
it's
sure,
close. I think you have to tap, but yeah, I just forgot we had Nexus in play.
You want to tag back out?
If you want to, yeah. I know.
I'm down. I mean, it's your streams.
Sure.
So that wasn't too bad. I mean, I guess I kept a bad hand, but I don't know.
It's humans. You just can't lose.
Yeah. Kept bad hand, didn't matter.
Yeah. I'm gonna just go up the land though, because the jars are pretty bad, and they might not be playing Vile though, so I'm not gonna bring in the needle.
They're playing mono white too, so their like, sideboard cards might be like Stony. Did they play Stony? I don't think so.
No,
do we even care about
there's
Stony?
no way they have Stony. We care about Stony, but like there's no way they have it.
Yeah,
I think.
So?
Yeah.
I guess Well, we have Boseiju too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would bring if I see Stony, I'll bring in some forces, but
yeah.
I would be very shocked to see it. I would be surprised.
Spike was playing mono green. Mono green, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Qualified at DreamHack Dallas at the RC. Played mono green Devotion, which I felt like was the best deck. Not very exciting. I didn't break it, but I did. I was very happy with my play and my deck choice. I made one like really big mistake. We talked about it earlier, but it was kind of the classic, like, plan out a line, have, like, a judge call that goes really long in the middle of a conflated turn, and you just, like, forget what you're doing.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that quite a bit.
Yeah, it's like an essential classic mistake.
Yeah. Especially the really lengthy judge calls.
How many times I played against Spirits? Twice. I played it. So I played 3 times. Once in the LCQ I won, and my opponent punted really bad for me to win. Every time I beat Spirits, my opponent punted really bad. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's how you win the match.
Like I would have lost. I beat it one time in the RC. I lost to it in the last round of day 1. And I beat it in like round like 5 or 6, day 1. But like so in the second time when my opponent could have won, it's kind of close, right?
Is it? I'm just playing Patchies, right? Or you're thinking about killing the...
Well, I think about killing the lieutenant, but yeah.
I guess we do have a backup Ballista.
This card just gets so much worse if we don't.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah. So my opponent had 6 mana. I was dead to a Supreme Phantom. My opponent instead just passes the turn. I attack. My opponent needs to block to not die. And so before they block, they activate Spectral Sailor to draw a card. And with their last 2 mana, they flash in Supreme Phantom off Rattle Chains that they just drew. And then the next turn, I was still dead to another Supreme Phantom. And they still had 6 mana. And they just conceded before drawing a card. So got just lucky stuff. Opponents making some mistakes. And
that Spellqueller attack, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. The Spellqueller attack.
You love that Spellqueller attack.
I would not be going to Barcelona without it.
Yeah.
I got very lucky this weekend. This was definitely one of those, like, play well, pick the best deck, but still, I mean, it's just like getting top 48 in a field of like 1,200, you know, people who won an RCQ is not a thing you can just do every day. So you have to get lucky.
You do.
What do you think of the Archfiend Draws combo deck? I got annihilated. Okay, I think it's very unlucky to play against it, honestly. It is like, I think that Kai is the only person in the room with playing that deck. And,
Ray.
Ray, sorry. Ray. I thought their name was Kai, sorry. Ray was I believe the only person in the room playing the deck. And the green matchup against it is
you got
unwinnable. Yeah, I got annihilated. Okay, so I think I'm going to go block here, sack the Zabaz and modular here.
Does anybody know how Ray finished? I didn't get a chance to
I believe... No, I actually don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
I think you're right. I think they were the only person playing that deck.
Yeah. So like that was unlucky. But I also got very lucky in like many other spots. But that was definitely like my big unlucky moment, was having to play against that deck.
Yeah.
Definitely not making a token under any circumstance here. Probably get the Ozolith.
X5. Okay.
Could be correct to get Zabaz instead.
Tough.
Yeah, it's not tough. We can never lose.
Let's not get chat.
Oh.
No, this game's already over.
Yeah.
I've checked out of this game.
I probably should have cast my stirrings. Oh, not very good stirring. It's okay. X4 for Ray, that's sad. I mean, I'd never met Ray before. Apparently
I played them in San Diego.
I didn't know who they were, but I followed them on Twitter. They I'd seen their decks in the past and looked cool. So
they are incredibly smart.
Yeah, played very well.
I was 6-1 in San Diego, and I played against them. And we sat down and looked at the change deck list or whatever, and I looked at the deck list and I was just like, would you mind if I just looked at your deck so I can read these cards instead of asking the judge? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And it was because I didn't know a lot of what their cards did. So I was just like, we could save some time here. And we have open deck lists, so it's like they didn't really care.
So I'm gonna kill him. Right? Surely. 5 counters. Yeah, I can even go 1 extra if I go ping and then sack and then sack. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, see, it's hard to I don't know, when someone's username is something like CFT sock, it's hard to connect them with their real name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I follow them. They've got some good tech. I would recommend following them on Twitter. I retweeted one of their tweets too, so you can maybe check them out there. What?
They're like bluffing path decks out.
No, path is it has to be Angel's Grace.
No, but I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They think their path would get them out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. They're goofing around. They're having a laugh.
They're having a good time.
Man, all right, let's play against humans again.
And again, for those of you just tuning in, apparently Metamorphic Alteration is bugged on Magic Online. It has been for 5 years, and we can't play it right now.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, so follow, Ray. You're a good person to follow. Was also it was Ray did the classic thing where it's you just destroy your opponent so bad that you feel bad, and they were like, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Renegade, think with the 4 months if you're doing well. Up against Lantern Control for the last round here.
Oh boy.
Actually, probably a bad matchup. I guess they got a lot of forces in the sideboard. Get Ozolith down.
I think Ray was the only person playing that deck in the entire event, and I believe they either went I think they went X4, X5.
Yeah.
Somebody see X5. But once it's fixed on Moto,
yeah,
boy.
I bet they. I mean, they're gonna. I bet they try to fix it.
I will spend some time on that.
Yeah.
I mean, Gwen has been bugged for 6 months.
Oh, right.
they've been saying that they're gonna fix the Gwen bug, and they never have. So
it's a load bearing bug, you know.
Yeah.
Can they make a scale guide for us? I would like to. Yeah. So, I've been stretched pretty thin for the last couple of weeks with the Pioneer playtesting, but they're dead. This is Scales is oh, they're dead.
Oh, actually,
yeah.
You're dead.
I've been stretched kind of thin, but I no longer have the Pioneer playtesting to do, so I could. If only anybody would gift a 5-pack of subs. No, I'm just kidding. We got a lot of 5-packs today.
Arcbound Ravager is the anti-Lantern card.
You want to legend roll the Zabaz here, so you get the extra
Modular.
modular from
Yeah,
Zabaz here instead of sacking to Ravager.
Yeah.
Although I guess second to Ravager is also no, never mind. Second to Ravager is more counters. Never mind. It's fine. It doesn't matter. They're super dead, but
You can have your cake and eat it too.
yeah. Thoughts on the Samut, the new one? I don't know. Those are my thoughts.
I like that card.
It's cool.
I played it in Atarka Red. Somebody was playing it in Bard class too, but I kind of like it in Atarka Red because you have like it's good with like Burning Tree Bushwhacker turns. You go like Sandwood and then Burning Tree Bushwhacker. You get the draw 2. It's good with like you can Zergo and keep picking up Zergo.
Yeah, the card's okay.
It's good with Karizev. Yeah.
It's more of a Pioneer card than a Modern
Yes.
card. I saw somebody do well with it in the Modern deck list, I think.
Really?
Maybe it was a Pioneer deck list. It was probably Pioneer.
Probably. I don't think I've seen people play it in Modern yet.
It's definitely like kind of like a card that's really good in your head, and like, and you remember when you draw all these cards, and it's like a lot of times it's kind of like a medium-ish 3-drop, you know. But,
Sure. Yeah.
we play no jars. They did not have an Ensnaring Bridge. No, they did, but I just attacked with a 1 power creature that got a little bit bigger in combat.
Yeah, you just attack with the 1/1 and then after blocks.
Yeah, kill him. Never mind. 5 months. Thank you. Be doing well. Glad you're liking the channel. Being linked to YouTube video and against my better judgment. Oh, someone with a 5-0 with Samut. Cool. I'm clicking on it. Shout out to Electric Bob. Yeah, this is the list I saw. Oh. Man, what an intro.
We're just gonna be taking a crazy brew. What? Has gotten stale with the
Look at that.
So in today's video, we're just gonna be taking the new battlefield this turn and drawing.
I wonder what my intros look like. I have no idea. Oh, look at this editing. This is sick.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, people who do this kind of stuff, they deserve. It's like editing is so boring, but like putting the work in is nice. Yeah, this is the list I saw. Yeah, it's honestly like this is really just a Pioneer deck though. But yeah, they're playing Sabota with Rabblemaster. It's okay. I mean, you've got Ragavan, you have Seasoned Pyromancer Fury. It kind of feels like it's like a Pioneer deck that just ported to Modern. Okay, let's go to 6 here. Go to 5, despite having Force. Still have Force. Force in 5-card hand is worse. I think I put back Zabaz. I think I just have to put back the Force in the 5-card hand, unfortunately. I think Gemstone Caverns underplayed. Are there any decks in Modern that should play that don't? Mono White Humans could probably play a Caverns that they don't typically play it. The deck we just played against. I don't know. There's not a ton. Like it does have deck building restrictions. It's not one that you can play in every show.
Yeah.
And like like Scam could play it, but they have like black cards and don't really want to colorless land. Yeah, like you have to be like okay with sometimes drawing a colorless land. I think.
Yeah, like Murktide can't play it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Why do you keep putting Caverns in my decks? Because it's good in the decks I'm playing them in. I'm confused.
Like, this deck's mana requirements are not that strained.
Yeah.
You just have, like, a couple of green cards.
We're probably going to game 3.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
The question is, how long do you want to play this game? Because your opponent's going to be here forever.
Oh, I mean, I know they're drawing Academy Ruins. They don't have a way to manipulate the library.
Sure,
We're not going to play this one too much longer. Okay, that's kind of a bad one. Their hand is Academy. 2 mystery cards. Yeah, Spellskite can beat Modular. Gardens and Lantern's kind of cool. I think I saw Demonic Tutors play it one time. Oh, dang. Would you call this a grind? Would you call this a grindy matchup, Doom?
Yes.
Yeah, this is good in the grindy matchup.
Oh, you mean from your opponent's side of things? I don't know if I'd call this a grindy matchup from their side.
I remember like back when like we were working on the Esper food deck, there was a list that had like 2 Tezzerets in the sideboard. They may have been in the main deck, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But like the amount of questions I got about the 4-mana Tezzeret in that deck was unreal. It was unreal how many people were like, why aren't you playing the 4-mana Tezzeret? It's like that card.
As a matter of fact.
That card is so bad. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just so bad. It's just so slow and I don't know. It's so weird. 'Bad. It's just I remember I think there was one person in your chat specifically, Doom, like that was talking really big shit about me not playing it.
Tezzeret?
Yeah, I remember
I don't know if I
that.
remember that.
I remember it. I can't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
you know who you are.
Tezzeret non-believers. Any Tezzeret haters in chat?
On the play with Springleaf Caverns? Yeah, on the play I cut the second Caverns. On the draw I bring in the second, on the play I cut the second.
Yeah, because like you can still use the colorless mana
Yeah.
on the play, so it's fine as a colorless land, but you can't afford to draw the second because it's legendary.
Exactly.
I do the same thing in Rhinos, where I'm like, I think I usually play 2 main 1 board, and I'll like board in 1 and then board out 2 on the play.
Kind of happy they're milling that patchwork, to be honest. Ooh. Ozzy. Oh, sorry, I should be using the canopy for green. Not that my life total matters. Notably, they don't currently have green mana, so they can't spell skite there. Ever tried working with Dakin and Shadowspear? I think the first Modern Horizons 2 deck... No, they have Tezzeret again. The first Modern Horizons 2 deck I ever played was like Esper Stoneblade with Dakin, which it was one of those MH2 decks that like would have been fine pre-MH2. Like Dakin is like kind of like pre-MH2 power level card, if that makes sense, and then like post-MH2 is kind of underpowered.
Yeah, do you remember when people were playing, like, right before MH2, people were playing Esper Control?
Yeah.
To, like, beat up on the prowess decks or
Yeah,
whatever?
like,
That
like
card
the
would have
Yendrick-
been...
the Yendrick lists.
Yeah, I think that card could have been good in that Esper Control deck.
Yeah, I think so.
Somebody in chat saying you
Chillo,
forgot
4
to
months,
update
thank
the
you.
Mox field, but I thought we did update it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I did too.
Yeah.
Like, it's my first day with them. I love the Moxfield people. It's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve, as always, with
Right.
new thing. But I did also think I did. So their hand is Tezzeret, mystery cards. They milled the Spellskite.
Yeah, they milled that
Oh.
last turn, I think.
But Chillo, 4 months. Thank you.
They milled
And
that
Steve
through
the
Saga.
16. Alright, so we need a Thopter. And yeah, I don't believe that we know their non-Tezzeret card, but I don't really. It has to be like exactly Fatal Push, I guess. So let's cast Stirrings, probably with one of the canopies. That'll do.
That'll do.
Alright, GG's. So, a 1 into 4-1.
Easy.
Just like last league? No, we 3-2
No, we
last
3-2.
league. Yeah.
3-2.
Okay.
Shieldred, the wrong one.
What do you mean? That's the right one. Okay. Let's see if there's... I don't know if I want to do another Scales League. I wasn't sure what else. We can maybe do... Let's do another Scales League. We'll do another Scales League.
Deck tech for Squee.